Our next lesson in our unit on area deals with composite area. The word composite is defined as something that's made up of various parts or elements. So in these figures, you might notice that you've got more than one shape that you can create. If we can find the area of both the shapes, we should be able to figure out what our area is of the entire shape. In our first picture here, we have a picture that's broken up into two shapes that we can break up into two shapes. If I draw a line right here, you'll notice that I have a rectangle at the top and a trapezoid at the bottom. So this piece is my rectangle, this piece is my trapezoid. I've already written the plan up here at the top. So to find the area of the entire figure, we're going to add together the area of the rectangle and the area of the trapezoid. So our first step is to find the area of the rectangle. That one's pretty easy at the top here. It looks like the rectangle, the base would be 5 and the height would be 6. So I'll plug those into my area formula for a rectangle and I get 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. The trapezoid dimensions are a little tougher to find. The area formula for a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Our base 1 is this base at the top. Well, we know that part of that base is 7, and if we continue where I've drawn that red line, that other piece would be 5. If I add those pieces together, I would get the entire B1. So 7 plus 5 is 12. To get B2, I would look down here at the bottom. That whole length is 15. So I'll plug that in for B2. Then the height is always the distance between the two bases. The whole height over here on the side, you'll see I have is 10 inches. We know that the height of the rectangle was 6. If I subtract those two numbers, I would figure out that this piece would be 4 inches that's left for the height. So I'll plug in 4 for my height of the trapezoid. And then I just throw all that in my calculator. 1/2 times 12 plus 15 times 4. And I would get 54. So that's my area for the trapezoid. Now to find the area of the composite figure, I'm simply going to add the two areas that I found. The area of the rectangle, which we said was 30, plus the area of the trapezoid, which we said was 54. When I add those together, I'll get 84. If you want to add your unit of measure on there, this would be in inches squared. Okay, let's move to number 2 now. Once again, composite area here, we have two figures that are drawn together. Pretty easy to see at the top here that we have a triangle. If we extend this line right here, there's a triangle at the top, and at the bottom we'll have a square. So to find the composite area, we'll add the area of the triangle plus the area of the square. The area of the triangle, the formula is 1/2 base times height. To figure out the base, we know that that red line that I drew in up there at the top is 4. So if I add that piece of 4 plus the 1.5 that's on each side, my total base there would be 7. The height is drawn out there on the right. It tells me that 6 is the height of the triangle. So this would be 1/2 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. Half of that is 21. To find the area of the square at the bottom, it looks like our area formula would be base times height. Both the base and the height of the square are 4. So we substitute those in our formula, 4 times 4, and we get 16. So to find the area of the entire shape, so the composite area, we're simply going to add together 21 plus 16. That's the area of the triangle plus the area of the square. When we add those two together, we get 37. Our unit of measure is feet, so feet squared. And moving on to our last example problem here. This time it tells me find the area of the shaded region. Well, you'll notice here that we have a square with a circle inscribed inside of it. So to find the area of the shaded region, I need to find the area of the square and subtract out the area of the circle. So my area formula for a square is base times height. It gives me the dimensions of 8 for both the base and the height. So 8 times 8 is 64. To find the area of the circle, the equation is pi r squared. Well, the radius of this circle, if we draw it in here, is going to be half of that one side, which is 8. So it would be 4 centimeters. Since they give me the diameter is 8, the radius is 4. So we're going to plug that in our equation here. So pi times 4 squared. If we throw that in our calculator, pi times 4 squared, you should get an area of 50.27. So our plan at the top was to subtract the area of the circle from the area of the square. So we will get 64 minus 50.27. When we subtract those two things, we'll get 13.73. Our unit of measure here is centimeters, so that's centimeters squared. Alright, that will do it for our lesson on composite area.